Hello and welcome to Beardcanic's Garage. In today's episode we are going to be reviewing OBD11. In the first part I'm going to basically just tell you quickly what it is and what it is for. Second, we will go over the pricing. On third, we will actually do the setup and then look at the app and see what kind of features OBD11 offer on the Audi S3 8V. I will create some chapter underneath, so feel free to skip to whichever part interests you. OBD2 is basically a protocol that allows devices to talk to your car. So if you know, it's a bit like if you had two computers, you've got a cable or Wi-Fi between them, they can talk to each other. Essentially, this is what it is. So a dongle is basically something you're going to plug into your OBD2 port of your car, and then those ones, they work with Bluetooth, so then you use your app to connect to your computer on your car. Okay, so let's talk about the pricing of OBD11. OBD11, personally I find it quite expensive. So this is the next gen. You can still get the first gen. The only thing to know is that the third gen only supports Android, not iOS. The third gen is still cost you around 40 quid. This is the starter pack, that's around 90 quid. That's basically the base dongle with 100 credit. You then have a pro pack, which basically comes with 200 credit and a pro subscription. The pro subscription on its own is about 25 quid a year. And then you've got the ultimate pack, which is about like 190 quid on Amazon. I will put a link in the description to all the versions if you want to purchase one for yourself. And basically the ultimate pack is ultimate subscription, but from what I could gather, an ultimate subscription is essentially just a pro subscription. And the only difference I could see is basically the ultimate pack, more credit, and then it gives you like a little phone mount holder and a little pouch to put your device. But either way, quite expensive. And then basically everything is based on credit. So where Carista is subscription based, so as long as you pay your subscription, you do as many modifications as you want. OBD11 is credit based. So if I remember well, 10 credit is around €1.50, £2. You know, so then 100 credit is around 25 quid, and then so on. I will put links to everything underneath, and I don't want to go in details, but basically it can end up being a very expensive route, and we will discover how much credit they charge based on the modification we want to do later. But yeah, so basically be very careful, do look up all the version, what you want to do if you're going to buy one, because it's easy to basically buy the ultimate pack and have all the pro tools. All the pro tools is like diagnostic, coding, long coding, so it's basically a lot closer to like a proper VCDS box. So yeah, I personally went with the starter pack because I get 100 credits, so at least I've got something to play with. And yeah, let's move on to setup. So the first thing you want to do is basically open the box. Before you open the box, there is a little seal here. Make sure it hasn't been broken, just in case, you know, somebody opened the box and tampered with the device. So in the box, we've got a little dongle. And on the OBD11, you can see you've got a little hole there. So basically you can attach it to a keyring if you want. And it comes with a little manual, which basically explains the very little steps there is to set it up, which I'm going to explain to you now. So once you've got it out of the box, you want to obviously be in your car. OBD2 port, look up where it is on your car. If you've got the Audi S3 8V or RS3 or A3 like I have, then it is underneath the dash, so you should be able to feel it. And you can put it, like you can see here, you've got a little recess there. So basically you can't put it the wrong way. So it's nice and easy. If it doesn't fit one way, just flip it around and put it in the other way. Alright, it's all plugged in. So obviously you want to be downloading the OBD11 app and install it. which I have done already. Once you've got both of those things and it is in your car, you basically want to turn your car to ignition. So you don't want to start your car, but you want it to have all the accessories and all of that stuff. And then I'm going to basically grab you and we're going to start having a look at the app on how we connect, how we registered, and how we get going. Okay, so we open up our OBD11 app. Alright, so we will need to sign in, so I'm going to catch you back after I've done that, but basically put your email, put your password, sign up. So we are now in, so you will need to do like a account setup and you will also need to verify your email. So now we can connect. Yep, allow everything. Bluetooth is required, obviously. This is an OBD11.2, that is the one. To do an update, and what's nice at least is they do software update, and I will see you guys after the update. Select bonuses you would like to add to this account, 100 credits. So this is because it probably detects I've got the starter pack, so obviously we add a credit. Bonus added. I don't know why they say it's a bonus considering I've paid for them, so it's very much just a credit. Let's connect into the car. As you can see here at the bottom right corner, I've got 111 credit. So I am guessing with the base dongle you will still get about 11 credit. We are all in now. So by default the landing page is just to look for issues. So you can click here, scan, clear your fault on everything else. If you want to do adjustment to your car, you basically need to go in the navigation here, click on car, click on apps, and then you've got adjustment, retrofits or workshop, and you can see there's quite a lot on there. And you can see, so let's see, most seems to be 10 credit. I thought we did saw a change here with 100 credit, because I do wonder how much they charge. Look at that, video in motion, that is 100 credit. And that can basically allow the passenger to watch video on multimedia while the vehicle is moving. I mean, I know they say passenger because you know they have to, but 100 credit for that. And then plenty of other small ones. Most of them seems to be 10 credit. And I'm guessing the reason that one is 100 credit is probably because a lot of people are going to want that. That's the same for the mirror link in motion. I mean, to be honest, the app looks slightly more fancy, but to some extent I don't find it the easiest necessarily to work for. But you know, then you've got a bunch of stuff to explore and stuff like that. You can have gauges as well. Command throttle actuator, fuel tap, accelerator pedal position, temperature and so on. And that's pretty much it, guys, you know. I mean, after you just have to explore it. Alright, well that's pretty much it, guys. I haven't actually used the BD11 much. As you can see here, I just bought it. It's literally just a first use, first review. Personally, I already thought from far it looked like a very expensive solution for what it does, and I still believe it is. I haven't seen anything in there that, for example, Carista cannot do, and Carista is like a lot cheaper. So, you know, here I've got like 100 credit. I spent 90 quid to feel like I've got something that is worth the money invested. Do I feel like I got more than I got from something like Carista? No. After saying that, that's based on my usage. I'm only interested in adjustment, fault finding, fault clearing. If you're interested about the Pro section with, you know, long coding, proper coding and stuff like that, it is a very portable VCDS system, I guess. So it really depends on your usage. But then, you know, you're still looking at, if you want to do adjustment on a regular basis, you've got to keep buying credit. If you want the Pro version, you've got to pay every year for it, you know. So yeah, and I think it's a bit overcomplicated. You've got credit, you've got subscription, you've got this and that. Overall, good tool, you know, I can't fault it. Plenty of people use it. Like I said, I do believe their software updates are better. So there is like Carista is cheap, but sometimes Carista will just fail to do a change. Where I'm guessing OBD11, we can trust it more, and it is more widely used. After, would I recommend OBD11 over Carista? At this stage, probably not. But I'm going to play a lot more with OBD11, get to know it as well as I know Carista, and then I will do a comparison video, and we can actually like compare, you know, actually what feature is supported or not, and so on. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this one, guys. You know, not as straightforward as Carista, I will have to say that. I had to restart the app and so on. But, you know, link in the description anyway if you want to buy it. If you want to just have the cheapest version, I'll put a link down there for Carista as well, so you can go check it out. If you have experience on OBD11, on like, you know, if you know something that is really cool that I haven't found out, please let us know in the comment. If you want more video about the Audi S3 mods and other VAG stuff, give us a subscribe as well if you haven't. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.